Why post on social media as yourself if you can be a fictional character in a medieval land? That's what I ask myself every day. The day has come where we can finally pretend to be other people from other universes thanks to AI. In this video, I'm going to show you how to not only create a fictional avatar using yourself as the actor, but how to keep it consistent over time so its image and voice stay consistent. We're going to be using the Venice Studio for this project. Buckle up because it's a lot of fun. So let's start by figuring out what we want our virtual avatar to look like. This is important to help keep us on track as we create. So I'll prompt the agentic chat to do just that. Help me come up with my virtual avatar. He is a knight in a Renaissance world living in Venice after being wrongfully excommunicated from his home country. Okay. He's slayed a dragon once before. All right. Very basic description there. Generate 3 photorealistic concepts of what he looks like for social media. And because this is social media, I'll just specify I want to see 9:16. Vertical aspect ratio. Wonderful. Here he is. 3 different variations. I think this guy makes the most sense. The shadow in Venice, living incognito, cloaked in mystery. And now just so I have it for later, generate a basic story and world Bible for concept 3. Also create a social media strategy for photos, videos he will post. And now we have our world Bible and social media strategy. Obviously, you go as deep or not deep as you would like in creating your virtual avatar. What's important now is we have our world and we have our character. So let's make sure we save this image. And now the first and easiest technique is simply to say, generate a 15-second video of Marco introducing himself for Instagram. That would be the first and simplest way to create a virtual avatar.
Hey guys, it's Marco. Just wanted to update you. I am still excommunicated. The church still hates me. The dragon I slain is still dead. And this is still a sewer. Thanks for following.
Okay, so now we got that lifelike selfie vibe here from the agentic chat. But there's some problems with this because number one, he didn't even use our reference image, and that can be solved with a better prompt, but it also has a voice that is generated by the AI. And just like the image not being consistent without an image reference, it's going to be the same issue with the audio. So that's going to be the first way to do it. This might be good for just one-off videos to just see how it goes, but it's not going to be a solid strategy long term. The best way is probably going to be me filming myself as a real person and then changing my look to look like Sir Marco. So let's try it. Hey everyone, this is Sir Marco. I'm in Venice after my home country excommunicated for me for slaying the dragon. Now, a lot of you have been asking, why did I slay the dragon when it was the protector of the realm? Well, I didn't know that. So next we're going to jump into the Venice Studio and we're going to use Seedance 2.5 to generate our virtual avatar in our world. But I'm going to warn you right now, even Seedance 2.5 isn't always perfect. So after this, we'll jump into the solution to when Seedance 2.5 just isn't working. So once I've got my file now, I will head over to the video tab of the Venice Studio and I'll drag that video here in as a reference. And then I'll add the reference of Sir Marco himself. So now I'll click this edit video pill, strictly edit video 1, changing the man on screen to be and look like image 1. Also change his voice to be deeper, gravelly, and mysterious. Change the background of the video to a Venetian palazzo with a canal in the background. We'll keep this 9:16. It's 15 seconds, so let's go with the 15 seconds. And we shoot that off. Okay, so here we go.
Hey everyone, this is Sir Marco. I'm in Venice after my home country excommunicated me for slaying the dragon. Now, a lot of you have been asking, why did I slay the dragon when it was the protector of the realm? Well, I didn't know that.
So I really like this. And the only problem is the voice that Seedance generated for Sir Marco, I will not be able to repeat that. So if this becomes my virtual avatar on social media, he's going to sound different eventually. Maybe I'll get lucky for a few videos, but he's going to not sound the same. So we need to be able to generate a reference voice file that Seedance can use to keep his voice consistent for all time. And how do we do that? We do it here in the Venice Studio with the voice changer. So here, I upload the audio file that comes from that selfie video I took, and I choose a voice. Now I can choose a voice that's preset here, or I can find a custom 11 Labs voice ID. And you can find voices here in 11labs.io/app at the 11 Labs voice library. So we can find a voice that works for our project.
The sound behind you.
You click the ... copy voice ID, and you paste that here. So that's one way to do it if you want more options. For now, I'm going to go ahead and use Daniel. So I've got my voice selected. We've got the recording set, and I'll shoot that off to the voice changer.
Hey everyone, this is Sir Marco. I'm in Venice after my home country excommunicated for me for slaying the dragon.
So now I can download this, save it to the assets library, and I have an audio reference file that I can feed Seedance. And now I'm going to drag it here into the Venice Studio as a reference. So now we see we have a video reference, we have an image reference, and we have an audio reference. And each of these we're now going to reference in our prompt. So for example, transform the man in video 1 into the exact likeness of image 1, matching his facial structure, features, and presence seamlessly. Next, change his voice into the exact voice of audio 1, matching the tone, rhythm, cadence, texture, and presence of the voice seamlessly. Finally, transport the scene to the golden glow of a Venetian palazzo at dusk, where weathered limestone walls reflect on the dark, shimmering canal waters behind him. Now, we don't have an image of that, and that would be helpful. A photo's worth 1,000 words, as they say. So I've gone over to the agentic chat to make me an image that I can use. And I'll add that here to our assets, image 2, we'll say image 2. And then finally, we make sure we have our duration, aspect ratio, resolution right, and we can shoot that off. And here we go with the audio file.
Hey everyone, this is Sir Marco. I'm in Venice after my home country excommunicated me for slaying the dragon.
Let's check out the...
This is Sir Marco.
Hey everyone, this is Sir Marco.
Sometimes, some of the references just won't work.
One thing I love about Venice, guys.
Sometimes it'll work on the background swap, it'll work on the character swap, but not the voice.
One thing I love about Venice, guys, is the...
And that's just the nature of still where we're at with AI video generation models. So the trick is we have to go step by step now. We're going to need to go into the audio studio and change the voice of the file. So I use the same voice I used before with the audio from the video that I took and then change it into my virtual avatar's voice. And this is how we'll stay consistent. Yes, it's an extra step, but ultimately it's going to save a lot of money going back and forth with Seedance, trying to get the perfect prompt when you're not even guaranteed that's going to work. All right, now I've got another shot right here, and let's talk about it.
One thing I love about Venice, guys, is these apples. We don't have these.
Notice how that is still my voice. It is not the voice reference I gave it. Let me show you the reference. This is the reference here.
One thing I love about Venice, guys, is these apples.
Literally,
we don't have these back home, and
it's a complete new generation of the video, which is me in the backyard talking about eating apples. And even in this one.
One thing I love about Venice, guys, is these apples. We don't have these back home, and they're just lush, ripe, and delicious.
It's not my voice anymore. It's better, but it's still not the audio reference file, which is what this prompt tries to make very clear. Regenerate the man's dialogue audio from scratch, matching audio 1's voice. Now, you can see this is a different prompt here than what I gave it earlier. And the truth is, whether it's audio reference, whether it is a face reference,
One thing I love about Venice, guys.
there might just be things that the model just doesn't catch. So there's two ways of solving this problem. Number one is go back to the agentic chat and keep saying, hey, fix the prompt, fix the prompt, fix the prompt. This isn't working. The audio reference swap isn't working. The face swap isn't working, etc. And the agentic chat, especially if you choose different models, will give you different prompts. Better and improved prompts each time. Be very specific on what went wrong. And eventually, you'll probably get what you're looking for, but it might cost you and it's not very economical. So what do we do instead? Well, we use Wan 3.0. Wan 3.0 reference has lip syncing built in. So using a video reference, we'll first try a voice and face. Then we'll try only a voice swap. And then we'll try a voice swap with only an image reference instead of using a video, and we can compare the results. So we'll send off this first one, which is the full prompt. Swap the face in the video, swap the character in the video, swap the audio, make the same video, but with this character and this voice. That's what this detailed prompt is right now. Shooting that off. Now, while that's in the queue, let's try this again. And this one will be only the audio swap. And what I'll do here is go back to the agentic chat and say, now regenerate this same prompt with only the voice swap in video 1 and audio 1. And I'll give it that prompt. And here's the voice swap only version. So I'll copy that entire prompt and replace it in here. And I'm going to need to put in the generated video. So now we have the apple shot.
One thing I love about Venice, guys, is these apples.
And then we got the audio we want it to sound like.
One thing I love about Venice, guys, is these apples.
Okay. So now we'll shoot that off and we'll compare the results.
I love the apples in Venice. They are delicious.
So there it is. And we hear that Wan 3.0 successfully synced the audio from our new file to the original video. Now, even simpler than that would be to simply take the voice changer, record my voice. I love the apples in Venice. They are delicious. Select the same voice as before. And now we have an audio file to sync to an image reference.
I love the apples in Venice. They are delicious.
Now back here in the studio, I attach these two references, and we'll use a real simple prompt here. Sync audio 1 to image 1. Image 1 is eating an apple in a crowded Venetian market in the morning, which is a length that is approximately the length of the reference file. And when I clean this up and enhance it with the agentic chat, it'll look more like this. Animate image 1 as a talking head lip sync driven by audio 1. The person in image 1 speaks audio 1's dialogue with accurate mouth shapes, etc., etc. And obviously the more detail is going to help. And we only have 2 references here. And so if all else fails, we're going over budget, this is what we'll do. Simple image to video reference.
One thing I love about Venice, guys, is these apples. We don't have these back home, and they're just lush, ripe, and delicious.
There we go. It even added that at the end for us. Okay, so we have a workflow using Seedance 2.5. We've got my dragon chase.
I finally got makeup.
And the last thing I would add is make sure you also use the same kind of prompt every time. Just have a default prompt template so you know what to expect. Because changing just a few words or reorganizing the way you prompt something might give you completely different results. So once you have something you like, save that somewhere so you know to reuse it. And there you have it. Lots of fun to be had here. I recommend keeping it that way as fun. Pretending to be someone you're not or trying to put out misinformation in some way is not recommended and might even land you in a lot of trouble. So be mindful with this power. But otherwise, have a blast and don't forget to share with us what you're creating in the Venice Discord.